Most supporters would rank the '98 Grand Final as the greatest win in the Crows' 25-year history. After finishing 5th at the end of the home and away season, they took on minor premiers North Melbourne and found themselves 4 goals down at half-time. But Adelaide stormed home to become the only club in modern times to win the flag from lower than 4th position. For the Roos, the loss was devastating.
Gets away from the pack. Scott 45 metres out, blanketed off the boot. It bounces down towards full forward. Still Carey over the ball. Looks over the shoulder, pulls it back, but he's wide of the mark behind.
We sort of kicked ourselves out of it. Great first half, other than bad kicking, and you naturally, when you go in as favourite, you're, I guess the expectation, which was all sort of going to plan, as I said, up until half time. I think I remember specifically Dennis being, quite hard on us at half time. So he knew that we'd missed some opportunities and we could have been a lot further in front. Game could have nearly been over at half time, but to Adelaide's credit, they threw their team around and a couple of their superstars stood up, and it was a great win by them. You can't take anything away from their win. They were better on the day.
Kicks inside the 50. Jarman inspired. He was never going to miss that. Look at determination on his face, isn't it?
We were the favourites during '97, had a lot of injuries, and I watched Darren Jarman turn it on against St Kilda, and unfortunately for us in '98 he did the same thing. He was just brilliant in that second half, and tore the game apart, and I guess that's why I rate Darren Jarman one of the best, because he had that ability to win matches in a small amount of time.
Clever handle to Johnson. Johnson trying to break it. McLeod, brilliantly done. Back to Johnson. Johnson goes, and he's tipped it. They're back.
That game stays with me longer than any other game that I ever played in. I think about that game more than any other game. It's a grand final that got away. So unfortunately, failure stays with you a lot longer than success, and it still bobs up every now and then, including now. Thank you. But I was lucky enough to play a couple of years at Adelaide, and it sort of worked out well, because let's be honest, I helped them get a flag in '98.
They've done what we thought was impossible. They've been to Perth, to Melbourne, to Sydney, to Melbourne, and they've come